What is up, bros, bears, muscle mummies, and everything in between? As always, this is Patrick, full primal power, your mom's favorite powerlifter. Today, we have another episode of testing the tensile strength of your squat plug. You know, I put together that intro, and then I didn't really think about what I was going to say after that. But really, we've just got a 805-pound squat day, 2x2. But first, food. We've got 2 bagels, 180 grams of 96.4 beef, 3 eggs, 2 slices of cheese, and that's how you get big. As we're too early in the video to actually say the words that we want to say. As heck, boys. And then there's also this guy, right, bud? Hi. Are you so handsome? No. I want your food. Okay, bud. Okay. Whatever you say. I totally didn't just accidentally throw my phone at Buddy, but what's up, little guy? Little guy? Yeah. Buddy walk time. Alright, boys, so we just spent 5 hours editing videos, and we have 3 of them to show for. And I don't even have the thumbnail ready. I'm gonna have to do those and schedule them once I have the thumbnails ready. So for those of you out there who are like, oh my gosh, I want a YouTube channel, think about the time commitments that it's going to have, because I'm way behind. I would like to get over 4 videos edited every week. I have 3 right now for this week. It is over an hour's worth of content, but I would like to be better about it. But I'm gonna change my living situation so that I can address that. This video, get out of here. This video is gonna take a little extra oomph to get done, because it was my trip to Elite FTS, and I did not record as much as I should have. So I've got to create my own storyboard and make it worthwhile to watch, because I did not record nearly enough, and I really should have recorded more. But this guy is wanting for me to leave this room. He hates working. So we did 5 hours of work today. We're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna do some squats. But first, we're gonna eat. Alright, we got our pre-training food we eat. And in the dog bowl we've got Captain Crunch berries. This one specifically because I had the bag, and this is literally all that was left in the bag, and I'm trying to clear out the cereal collection that I have. So really, with this meal, high carb and less than 4 grams of fat per serving, and they're good to go. I believe T-Pain made a song about drinking 50 grams of protein in a single sip. I believe it's called Bottoms Up, boys. Yeah, buddy. And just like that, we are on our way to the gym. What we got going on today? I probably should have checked my program before I started recording this. But knowing that I have a one-track mind and can really only focus on one thing at a time, I only know one thing that we're doing today in the gym, and that is squatting. Now we've got a 2x2. I don't know if there's a timed rest period or not on squats, but I know it's a 2x2. We're transitioning from our red practice wraps, which are really easy to get on. Personally, for me, I can wrap myself in them, and we're transitioning over to our comp wraps. Now, the practice wraps are 3-meter wraps. Those wraps are not legal in WRPF conditions, but we are going to be competing in the WRPF, so we need 2.5-meter wraps. So the old wraps were Unbreakable Gear Destroyers, the 3-meter version of that, which was legal in the RPS Federation. And I've used that, also XPC, I believe. I'm not sure. I haven't read any rule books, which is kind of concerning, because I am a powerlifting judge, and I do judge powerlifting meets. It's just, honestly, I haven't been in a circumstance where there's like an actual all-time world record and we need to check the equipment to make sure that it's to standard for Federation. But RPS kind of lets everything go. It's the fun fed. If you're thinking about getting into powerlifting, RPS, Revolution Powerlifting Syndicate, is probably the way to go. Let me slide by this cop real quick. Are they even in their car? No, they are not. So we've got there they are. We've got a 2x2 on squats, 805 pounds. 805 pounds. My PR, I don't know if I talked about this, but my PR, oh, good grief. There's a lot of scantily clad, sorry, I had to focus on driving for a second. There was like 20 cops around interviewing two like half naked people. I don't know what that was for, but, my PR at 800 pounds, is 6. Now, this was before some character development, before I seeked out accountability in my training. So the 800 for 6, not really a good set. And I intentionally had the camera angle terribly positioned as to not actually show that I wasn't hitting depth. And like looking back at my training videos now from that era, I was like, damn, I squatted high. I was a high squatter. And all the things that we've done to fix my squat and address those issues have allowed me to become a better lifter moving forward. So I think I had like 4 different tangents there, and I didn't complete any of them. I know we've got contralateral split squats and core work. We've also got the lock base 5 as a warm-up to kind of get the lower back and lats, not lats, but like the lower back, a little prehab going on there. Not pre-fatigue, but more like warm-up work and getting us primed to put 800 pounds on our back for a total of 1,610 pounds per set of 2. So I was editing for 5 hours today, and the new technique that I'm using for editing is, I don't know if there's a term for it, but basically I'm looking at the waveforms, and I'm cutting out all the long pauses when you're talking. You've got these long pauses that develop, and they're not present when you're talking. It just makes sense. But in this section of the videos where I'm going to the gym, I get a lot of ambient noise from the car, just natural driving sound. And I was like, man, I wish there was some way that I could clean up the sound and it would sound better and this and that so that I could be better at editing. And I was like, you're stupid. Of course, there's a better way to do it. And you already have all the tools necessary in order to do it better. And that is the microphone, the lav mic, the Bluetooth lav mic. I do not know the brand. It was $40 on Amazon. There's a receiver on my phone. That's all I know. Yeah, it just pairs off like that. So hopefully this video has a little bit better editing and it caused me less stress to edit. And I plan to continue doing it this way moving forward because, let's be honest, everyone likes better sound quality. And the better sound quality, the better I'm able to edit, because there's a bigger difference between ambient sound and actual productive sound where I'm talking and whatnot. And it allows me to do, because when I edit, any sort of chunk of sound that goes on that I didn't edit out, so it's like me talking, I have a method to, I have a couple rules when it comes to framing of the scenes as well, because you don't want to stare at me talking and falling asleep while I'm talking, do you? So there's, someone called it beastified editing style or ADHD editing, where every 3 seconds there's like a cut, approximately. Now, I don't follow that rule entirely, like, oh, every 3 seconds there has to be a cut, there has to be a frame change. And like a cut can count as reframing a video, like reframe what the video looks like. And I'm talking, me currently right here, right now, is not actually seeing what the final product is. Once I have edited, there's probably been a bunch of jitteriness going on there, and that's for the ADHD viewers out there to keep the retention higher. And on the past couple videos that I edited, I did this style, and hoping that it would increase my retention, and it increased it by 2 minutes on average per video. So I was really happy with that, and hopefully I can grow this channel a lot larger, because it's fun. I want to share my progress with you guys. It is my responsibility and duty to share my journey into powerlifting and doing things that no one's ever done before with you guys. But I'm almost at the gym, so I will set myself free from your shackles, and I'll give you guys the rundown when I'm done lifting. But you'll see me as I'm lifting. There's a brain thought process going on there that I can't exactly connect two and two together, but yeah, it's happening. We're doing it. Hot diggity. Yeehaw. Hi everybody. We had ourselves a squat day. Loud noises are not my friend right now, so we're gonna be nice and quiet because it feels like my eyeballs are gonna pop out of my head. So let's gather around the fireplace and let's talk about how today's squats went. So today we started our squat day with a warm-up using the Lock Basic 5. This creates stability in your lower back, and it rehabs any sort of lower back tightness and whatever you might have going on in your pelvic girdle that you might need addressed. And I've been experiencing some lower back tightness as of late, so my coach told me to implement this in my warm-ups. But alas, as I started warming up, I looked at my warm-up regimen, and I did not find the Lock Basic 5, so I did these without needing to. Very demure, very mindful. So we moved on, and we did not video our next thing because it was super crowded, and we didn't want to be impeding on other people's personal space. And we had what was called it's straight lap prayers along with roller coasters. And I don't usually record these for some reason. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always do them. Then we moved on to the goblet squat holds. This move, I don't know why my phone decided to stop recording and lock itself, but here we are continuing our little story into our squat day. So we had our goblet squat holds. Now, this movement is very particular. It's one of those movements that the lighter you go, the harder it gets. Basically, you get into your squat shoes or whatever foot covering you use when you squat because you want to be imitating what it's like for you personally to squat. And you take a plate. Now, a 25-pound plate is easier to do this with than a 10-pound plate. But my coach basically insinuated that I'm a pussy, and he has me do these with 10-pound plates. So you squat down into almost an Asian squat in whatever shoes, and it really stretches out the Achilles, the calves, the knees, the quads, the hamstrings, and you hold it for 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, but I count internally to 20 because when I'm counting, I just know that I'm counting a little faster than actual time progression, and that's a no-no. So we count to 20 to get 15. Then we moved on to our warm-ups. Now, we're squatting today, and the way that we warm up is not normal, and I would not suggest anyone out there warm up the way that we do, because the way that we warm up is based on our peak level strength. The average person should warm up using either 25s or 45s as each jump to progress their way to their top set. I, on the other hand, would rather masturbate with sandpaper than go about things that way, because if I go up by 25s, I would have needed 16 warm-ups, and I'm not about that life. Call me fat, but I'm going to skip out on doing 16 sets before I'm even at my top set. So, even with 45 pounds, I would have still needed 8 warm-ups. Nah, homie. We're doing less than that. So we did 2 plate jumps. I know of a powerlifter at the name of Daniel Bell, who does, I believe it's 5-plate jumps. Now, I'm getting close to his level of strength, but I'm not quite there yet. And I still need a little bit of adaptation to and accommodation to the stimulus and get used to the weight on my back before I can even jump up even more. I could probably do 3-plate jumps, but eh, eh, I feel like there's a little bit of therapeutic response that comes to squatting during your warm ups, and yeah. So we did 2-plate jumps. Our first warm up was the bar, which is a 55-pound Texas squat bar from the Titan brand. I believe no, it's Strong Arm something. It is not Texas Strength. So yeah, we compete on a kabuki, which is bullshit because all of Kabuki's products are garbage. Coming from a fat guy who loads up those bars pretty heavy because all those bars have extra whip, which is stupid and I hate it. Moving on, we did 10 reps at the bar. We did 6 reps with 2 plates, 4 reps, 4 reps with 4 plates, 2 reps with 6 plates, and then we started wrapping our knees. Now, I didn't want to jump up all the way without having a couple of reps with the knee wraps, so we jumped up to 705 pounds for a set of 2, and then just like that, my little children, my little boys and girl, my little muscle mommies and little homies, the bros, bears, and everything in between, we were warmed up. So we took 805 pounds, which is still over a 1-plate jump because suck my dick, I do what I want. We took the bar, and immediately, there's going to be something that you learn when you start to get a lot stronger is when you get to a certain point in your strength, when you take the bar for a squat, your body goes, oh shit, this is heavy. And then you start to squat and it says, never mind, motherfucker. And then you start squatting and everything goes well, everything goes to plan. The process of going from 0 to 800 makes your body go, oh shit. And then you start to squat and it's like, nah, never mind. It was fairly easy. It was pretty good. My brain was shut off because if you lift with your brain shut off, things tend to go a little bit better. So the brain was shut off. All I know is we took that unrack and it felt heavy, and then we squatted, and then it didn't. The second set at 805, 805 pounds, little homies, little homelets, was a different experience. All that I can recall, because I had my brain shut off, was that I was frustrated that the bar was refusing to settle. You see, when you lift really heavy, the bar starts to bend, and every movement allows for momentum to carry the bar in whichever fucking direction it decides it wants to go. So even your breathing, standing there with your chest going up and down, is going to cause the bar to move in whichever fuck way it decides that it wants to fucking go, which is absurd. So we the second set at 805 was, I don't really remember how it went, but we did it. And that's really all that matters. Then we had our back downs, and everyone loves back downs because you blew your load and you're like, okay. I was a very eepy boy at this point. For some reason, whether it be a lack of sustenance in my body, so we're now using fat for fuel, or it could just be going from 0 pounds to 800 pounds a couple of times causes the blood pressure to spike and not spike. And it's, you get a little eepy, a little sleepy little boy. So we took 705 pounds. And the first set, it's a 2x2, by the way, we were supposed to pause our squat. First set was pretty good. The second rep of that first set, I felt like I was gonna. I squatted backwards a little bit. I got onto my heels, which is something that I haven't particularly done ever. But it was still a good set. Felt real nice, other than that one little snafu, but nothing happened, and we re-racked the bar after a successful double. The second set, nothing of note happened. It was 705 pounds. I almost said anyone can do that, but no, I guess. It felt like an empty bar, so it was a good time. My eyes feel like they're gonna explode. So, ugh. Then we moved on. We took our singlet off and we sat on the toilet because, you know, after you squat heavy, you got to check to make sure your underwear survives. And mine did. We had no accidents in this squat day. Not even a close call. Absolutely a close call. But the underwear survived. No seepage into the underwear. But when you are a very sleepy boy and you sit down, you're going to sit there for a while. So we sat there on the toilet for a very long time. And in that time, my knees got stiff. And that normally wouldn't be a super terrible thing. But the next thing we had on our program was contralateral split squats. And if your knees get a little stiff, you'd rather do some autoerotic asphyxiation, except instead of nutting at the end, you just die. So we had to basically brush the rust off of our knees that accumulated over the 45 minutes that we sat on the toilet, just living, breathing, and accepting our life decisions. And we did a 4x12 per leg. And yeah, my knees hurt for the first set. And then all the other sets, I was like, I'm not taking a lot of rest time. So we're gonna bust through this. And the rest of them, because we knocked the rust off, were pretty good. Then we moved on to abs, which is weighted sit-ups. And if you have a bench in your gym, as long as it's not a competition bench, you can do this setup. And it's really easy to do. If you have a competition bench, they're going to have screws where your feet go and it's going to hurt. But you can bite the pillow and go in raw. But this is what I found to be the best circumstance and best setup for weighted sit-ups, because my gym does not have any sort of decline sit-up bench thingy-mabob. So this is what we do. And then, I completely forgot I needed to record myself finishing up my 10,000 steps for the day. So we achieved all of our goals for the day, and we are very strong. But we're not strong enough, and one of these days, I'll actually make everyone proud by being strong. Now, I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to make up some food. The last thing I want to do right now is eat. But if I don't eat, tomorrow will be very rough for me. So I need to get sustenance in my body. So I'm going to go eat now. And I will see you guys with my food. See you there, little ones. And make Papa proud by being good little boys and girls. This isn't an outro. This is me just trying to procrastinate and build up the courage to get out of my car and go make food. I'm being a very lazy bum, but I'm going to go do that now, probably, or scroll Instagram for like 40 minutes. My phone's at 2%. We got food. We got 7 ounces pasta, 222 grams of beef, 2 ounces of cheese, and 360 grams of pasta sauce. See you guys in the next one. Daddy out.